Welcome back to Grown Folk Talk. My goodness, we have had some grown folk conversations so far, and we are about to continue. So Stephen and Carol Loa here is talking about the ugly in their marriage, working its way through some cute and now beauty, right? And so we talked about in the last, well, since we've been talking about what happened, and I don't know that I even know what really happened. So, Stephen, you've said that there was a breakdown in communication. You both said you felt like your needs were being met.
Yeah.
Why? Because she didn't know what your needs were. So, give us some more about that.
I'm glad you said that, Patrice, because one thing we haven't talked about is the background to that story.
Okay.
This all happened beginning around 1998. My mom passed away on Christmas Day in 1998.
Okay.
After a struggle from April 1998 to Christmas with cancer.
Okay.
Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
our third child was born in February
of 98.
13th.
Okay. So
11:47
p.m. February 13th.
Yeah.
So newborn baby. Then your mom had a stroke. Death.
Then the stroke.
Got you.
And then maybe 2 months after that, Carola's father was diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Okay.
So, here we are. She, in particular, is trying to take care of the baby. Not letting the other two kids.
Yes.
Her mom. I'm grieving.
Over your mom.
So she's taking care of me and also her dad. And again, for me, thinking that, okay, my needs aren't being met.
Because she was taking care of everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else is more important than me.
Okay.
And that's why I say, that reading that you read at first, in terms of we need to show that we love the other person instead of loving ourselves on a daily basis. I was
because then it becomes one, right?
Yeah.
It becomes
all
one.
I could say, I was so engrossed in my hurt, in my pain, that all I saw was this woman isn't treating me like I think she should treat me.
But she's treating everybody else.
Exactly. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Right. So then the withdrawal started because we can act like children, spoiled brats, when we feel like things are not working out, or people are not doing things. So you started to retreat. That the baby's crying. I bet you she's gonna run to the baby. Not exactly that, but everybody's attention is on everybody else. Her attention is on everybody else.
Absolutely.
Instead of what? What would the opposite? What would better have looked like?
Because it was my issue at that time, better would have been me helping myself, like physician heal thyself sort of thing. That wasn't going to happen.
And also providing support
she couldn't
for
have
her.
done. For her to do what I wanted her to do in my mind, she would have had to forsake our baby.
That's right.
Her mom.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to understand it. It was a difficult time.
Yeah.
I mean, her mom at the time needed 24/7 care.
Right. That's right.
And, Carol, because of her love for her mom, tried to do it all.
Okay.
I was working, I was coming in and helping up the baby and all the rest of it. But it was a very stressful time for us.
I could only imagine. And especially emotionally with where you were, with what you were thinking. And you may not have even noticed it right away that he may have been retreating earlier than you realized because your focus was on everybody else.
Yeah. And again, communication. You were not talking about it.
Right.
So I wake up one morning and my whole sort of picture of what our family looks like, what our relationship looks like, has changed over the weeks and the months, because of this my hearts and all the rest of it.
Right.
What I'm making up, my reality in my mind, so to speak, for lack of a better phrase.
Right.
So one morning I wake up and it's like, I'm sleeping with the enemy, so to speak.
Yes. Right.
So my interactions with her all changed and all the rest of it.
Did you decide? Did you say, you know what? I ain't talking to this woman no more. I ain't saying enough to her. I'm not.
All of that?
Did you?
All of that. Yeah.
Okay.
But
you never said it to her. You said it to you.
Not understanding. We never talked about it. All reactive in terms of the emotions.
That's right. And your baggage that you brought then dictated your story, your whatever your story was at the time, your narrative, which was totally off.
Right.
And so it was all about you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just before all the ladies in the audience start saying, that's how you man out. This happens
it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Because, and you would know, and we're going to talk about that a little later, you would know it happens all the time because you two now have a marriage ministry.
Go figure. Who knew?
You coach married couples
Yes.
whose marriages are going downhill, whose marriages are getting ugly.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
We've
of
been
all
through
that
it.
you've been through,
We've been
and then
through
you decided to rebuild it.
Yeah.
So Carla was in the kitchen washing dishes, and I thought she was going to say, and I took up a glass and said, I'm going to throw this glass at this man. That's where I thought the story was going.
Energy,
Right,
emotional
yes.
energy for that.
But it doesn't take
Patrice.
much, you know. It would have been very simple.
Okay. And then I would have had to have cleaned it up.
Right, that's true. But so I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't because
Me too.
So you decided, okay, today's the day. You know how we say, "No, this is enough of this," and it may not be that bold. It may not even be spoken out loud. But okay, this stops now. This
Yes.
stops today.
Yes.
We're not doing this. We're not living like this.
Yeah.
And then
and that's all fine and good, but what do you do?
what do you do? Because then you
Do
had
you
already been
take
to a
the high
lawyer,
road?
right?
Sorry?
You had already been to a lawyer.
No, it hadn't progressed
Not
that.
yet.
But I was thinking
You were
which
ready.
lawyer I would go to.
Oh, you were in the yellow pages.
Because in my career, we work with lawyers
That's
every
right.
day.
Yeah.
And
So
I
you
was
could
getting
have-
to the point where I was going to pick up a phone and just start talking to a lawyer.
And find out what to do.
Yeah. And who is the best lawyer?
Did
to
you
go
think
to?
that if I do this, maybe they're going to talk me out of it, or maybe maybe I can't make it make sense? Did you think you could make
No.
it make
In
sense?
my mind, it made sense. And,
Okay.
enough is enough.
Yeah.
Of her.
Exactly.
She's saying good morning, but enough is enough.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right. So then you
So
say,
what
I'm
do,
making
what do
this.
strong black women do in situations like that?
Don't ask me. Don't look at me when you ask that question, Carol. Because I would have been the glass in the sink. So don't ask me. You tell us.
I went from, just trying to figure out, okay, what's my next, like playing a game of chess. He's going to move here. Where am I going to move? What am I going to do? Until that afternoon, and I just decided, we can't do this.
Why? Why that day? What happened?
I don't really know.
You were just tired.
I think you
had enough.
it was a crossroad for me. I was at crossroads. Either it was going to end, or either I was going to fight for my marriage. And I decided that day that I wanted to fight for my marriage for a whole lot of reasons.
Right. Love being one of them, I
Love
would
being
imagine.
one of them. Yeah, and I wanted my best friend back. We had a wonderful relationship.
Yeah.
We
Whoa.
had a
Oh,
great
that's deep. I wanted my
relationship.
best friend
The
back.
first
She
4 or 5
didn't
years,
say I
we
wanted
never
my
fought.
husband back.
No, I wanted my
She
friend
wanted
back.
her
I
We
friend
really
back.
were, yeah. In fact, at the time we met, I was not looking for a woman. I was not looking for a wife.
Okay.
I actually had to talk myself into marrying her or understanding that I was in love with her. I never forget it. I was standing in my my mom and dad's dining room, actually. And long story short, I actually ended up talking to myself and saying at the end of it, it was like, you fool, you are in love with her.
Aw,
And that's where
yeah,
it started
but
off.
you had tried
because
to
we
deny
really
that.
were just, I did.
Friends.
Oh yeah, she wasn't my type.
Really?
Definitely not, yeah.
27 years later.
Hey.
I guess it's type.
I guess your type changed. Oh, you were always his type. He was just in denial.
There you go.
And you guys shared with me that love is a complicated infrastructure. I love that term. And it's a thing you are either building up or letting fall into decay.
And that played a large part in me making my way back.
Okay.
Because we always said that we wanted our home to be, the atmosphere in our home to be a certain way. So
Okay.
I thought about that, and I thought about what I wanted my home to look like. I wanted to know that when we walked in the door at the end of the day, it was a happy home.
Yes.
There was a lot of
Right.
laughter. It was a
Right.
lot of music, and we were so far away from that.
Yeah, right.
So part of that for me was defining what I wanted, and where I
Because
wanted
you
to go.
couldn't get to it if you didn't know what it was.
Exactly.
So you had a plan.
I did.
He had a plan that was not working for you, so you took control of the plan.
Exactly. And let me tell you, it was the hardest thing that I have ever done.
Why?
In my life.
Explain that.
She had to act like a grown
But
up.
she had to be nice.
She had to be
I
a
did.
grown folk.
She had to be a grown folk.
I did. And
You
I was
had
getting,
to
initially,
rise above
he
some
was
stuff.
giving me nothing.
Really?
Remember, we were in withdrawal. The walls were up.
Right.
I didn't want to
Yes.
interact
Yeah.
at all.
Right. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that conversation in a minute, because I feel like we're breaking through. She didn't throw the glass. So we have to go to break. And when we come back, we are going to continue this grown folk talk with the Lows about the beauty of marriage. Because I'm feeling like I could cry with this whole revelation of this. Marriage is beautiful.
Absolutely.
It is indeed. So we will be right back. Please don't go, because you will regret it. Be right back.
Grown Folk Talk will be back after these messages.